Hey you guys, so the title of the video, what narcissistic abuse does to femininity, and this is something that I was just thinking about, pondering a couple of weeks ago, and I've actually been meaning to make a video about it because I haven't heard anyone really touch on this particular subject, and I'm sure they have, and I just hadn't heard it or run across the person who was saying it. But as I was thinking, I've always been pretty feminine, like outwardly, in my outward appearance, and even inwardly, at my core, like I'm really a girly girl. Like I like all things girly. I'm 48 and I've always been like that, and I've always been very attracted to very masculine energy, like be considered very masculine energy, because men have feminine energy as well as masculine energy, and vice versa. Women have masculine energy as well as feminine energy, and they're needed for various times and situations in our life. We need to be able to operate in both. But when you're when your energy is that of the feminine, and that is who you are, and you have to operate in masculine energy on a regular basis, it takes you out of your natural state of being. And a woman's natural state of being is being a receiver, a recipient, being protected, being nurtured, being provided for, able to be vulnerable, able to be in a state of tranquility and peacefulness. And one of the things that happens in relationships where there is a narcissistic abuser, someone with NPD, you learn that there are times when you have to really have your guard up, because you never know what state they're going to be in any given day, whether it's going to be rage, silent treatment, devaluing you, triangulation, some form of manipulation, and you have to walk on eggshells and dodge landmines. And so in reality, you become your own protector and your defender. Very rarely are you nurtured, or do you feel the ability to be vulnerable in your environment. And I'm talking about in relationships, whether that's parental and child relationships, parent and child, husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, even friends that you might be close to that have narcissistic personality disorder, or and everybody has some narcissistic traits, but there's a line that's generally crossed when you see these patterns repeated over and over again. And so you have to operate in an almost masculine energy on a regular basis, and it causes you to be dysregulated. So you're always in fight, flight, freeze, fawn, or flop. It causes you to be agitated, angry in some instances, because you're operating outside of the way that you were meant to operate, and you lose some of your femininity, because that's not how we were created to be. And even it works on the opposite end of the spectrum too. If the woman is the abuser and the man is the one who is being abused, it does something to his masculine energy, and you see the same signs and symptoms. So what to do, right? Yeah, you got to get back to you. You got to get back to prayer, for one. which is my form of meditation, just being one with the spirit and letting the spirit minister to me. You have to get back to self-care. You got to get back to regulating your emotions and not letting circumstances or situations or people dysregulate you. You got to get back to the point of where you're expecting to receive nothing but goodness, where you become the recipient, where you become one with you. Again, you reclaim who you are and how you were meant to be and to operate. Because the issue with the narcissist is that they don't know how to regulate their emotions. They operate on a very low vibrational frequency. Really, most of them on the inside are empty. They're hollow, shallow, very displeased with themselves. And so in order to, I guess, feel, they have to invoke emotion from other people. And doesn't matter if the emotion is good or bad, as long as it's some form of energy, and they feed off of that. They're energy vampires. Your energy is so important, especially if you vibrate on a high frequency, which is generally the type of people that they target. You know, people that are full of love and light and empathy and sympathy and compassion, because they need to suck that from them in order to even function or to even feel like, you know, the attention is on them. So it doesn't matter if it's, you know, a negative emotion or a positive emotion. They'll take anger and rage and sadness and you know, tears, whatever, as long as they're evoking some type of emotion from you that they can feed off of. So you've got to reclaim you. You've got to know that you deserve more. And once you realize that you deserve more, you will attract more. You will attract abundance. Like attracts like. You have to fix and what's broken on the inside of you. Because if you don't fix what's broken on the inside of you, the narcissist will shatter you. I mean, off with your heads. Are you still breathing? You mean after all that I've dished out, you're still kicking and ticking? Yes. And it's only going to get greater later.